Love and light, everyone. I wanted to give you a little rundown of what we planted for summer so far. It's a beautiful day in Tennessee. So we finally planted all of our sweet potatoes. Have an entire bed dedicated to them because we want a bunch of them, and they tend to overtake wherever they are, so best to give them a place just for them. We also made a little teepee for them. We're gonna train them up because the leaves are also edible of sweet potato as well. You can saute them, similar to spinach almost. It'll look really pretty when that fills in. Over here, we finally planted our eggplant. Little babies, these are black beauties. I think there's a shiku and an ichiban, which are smaller eggplants, easier to cook with. And I also planted dill around the eggplant because they're susceptible to quite a few pests, so trying to get some herbs around them to help deter them. Corn is recovering from that frost. I'm doing a little bit of an experiment here. These are the transplants that survived. I'm gonna try and see how they do compared to the ones that we grew from seed. I already imagine the seed-grown ones that were planted outside will do better, but just want to see how that goes. It's looking lovely. We planted some more corn over here. Actually today we planted some glass gem corn, which is a beautiful rainbow-colored corn. On the very corner, we planted some walking kale, which is a kale that gets super tall. And I want to train it along the archway, and I think it would make a really nice trim. With beans growing, we're going to plant those probably first week of June, growing in the back. Then over here, we planted our Zucchini Ram Picante, which is a really beautiful vining zucchini. So another walking kale over here. I think they'll fill in the trellis or the arch beautifully. And then over here we planted our cucumbers, Aonaga Jabai cucumbers, which look super cool. Excited to try those out. And then we'll train those up the trellis. We have some pine berries, which look like white strawberries. They're really pretty, mixed in with some peppers in the very forefront of this bed. We have all of our squash and melons growing in the back so we can train them up the trellis. We have quite a few varieties of watermelon and bitter melons growing in the back. And we transplanted some royal golden watermelon in this bed. It's just gonna completely fill in and overtake this area. Be really beautiful. Planted a lot more tomatoes. I can't even name all the different variants we have, but it's gonna be a colorful array. And I've started planting a lot of herbs around the beds. Here we have some basil and cilantro. We have a lot of seed-grown herbs that I'm just gonna sprinkle in each bed. I also have some purple tomatillo that a friend sent us. Thinking of planting it in here with the onions, because the onions can grow pretty much with anything. And I see some free space here. I think it'll work in really nicely. Strawberries are looking to vine. We are preparing, because in about 2 weeks, I think we're going to be switching out this kale. And we're thinking of planting beans to help bring nitrogen back into the soil. We're just going to have all the beans. The potatoes looking fabulous, really filling in. Oh, in the very far back here, we transplanted some okra. It's finally starting to take hold. Yeah. The leaves are really beautiful. They're, what are they called? They're the spineless Clemson? Actually can't read that, I didn't write it. The spineless okra. Let's see how she does. We transplanted her last week. She's still settling in. But looking forward to see how she grows. Let's see. Let's just step over the corn here. In this bed, the one by the chicken coop, I actually planted a whole bunch of sunflowers, like small sunflowers, so that they can go in front of the these are mammoth sunflowers in the back. I planted some smaller sunflowers in the front, and it'll fill in really nice, along with some marigolds. Thinking of growing a whole bunch of marigolds, just so when the time comes, I'll just pluck them out and move them over to another bed if there's a pest issue. Lots of herbs growing in. Chick's doing great. And yeah, that's a quick little rundown of what we got planted for the summer so far. We will give you guys an update on what we plant in June. But for now, we'll leave you with that. Love and light. Please comment and share what you guys are growing for summer. Take care.